Once upon a time, in a small village surrounded with tall trees and little rivers, there lived a poor widow named Aqua. She had lost her husband in a terrible illness and was left alone to care for her two young children, Kofi, a male, and Ama, a female. Aqua worked hard every day from morning to evening to provide for her children. She grew vegetables in her small farm, fetched water from the river, and cooked meals with the firewood. Despite her hard work, she and the children often went to bed with empty stomachs. In the same village, there is a wicked king named King Owusu. He was known for his love of wealth and power, and his disregard for the poor. The king taxed his people heavily, and when they couldn't pay on time, he would take their crops, animals, or even their homes sometimes. One day, the king's tax collectors came to Aqua's village, collecting tax from the people. Aqua had nothing to give, so the tax collectors took her only domestic animal that just gave birth, leaving her children without milk. That night, under the bright moonlight, Aqua wept uncontrollably. She sat outside her hut, her children sleeping beside her, and she cried out to the heavens. Why is the king so wicked and cruel? Where is the God of the poor? Where is the God of the widows and the fatherless? Why is he so silent? Why must we suffer so much from the king? Why is the king so wicked and cruel? She asked the stars. So then, a wise old man, Babayo, passed by Aqua's hut. He started hearing her sobs and stopped to comfort her. Aqua, my child, he said, your tears have reached the hearts of the ancestors. They will guide us to a solution. Babayo told Aqua about a hidden farm deep in the forest, where the king's men didn't collect taxes. He offered to help Aqua and her children move there, start anew, and live off the land. He also had made some arrangements for some villagers to move with them. With the newfound information and hope, in the next 4 market days, Aqua gathered her children and followed Babayo into the forest. While it was dark, the moonlight lit their path as they walked for hours. Finally, the next morning they arrived at the hidden farm, where they found fertile soil, fresh water, and abundant animals. To earn a living, Aqua and her children worked tirelessly, planting crops, hunting, and gathering fruits. Slowly, they began to prosper. They shared their belongings with Babayo and the other villagers who had also fled the king's cruelty. Years pass. Kofi is 21 and Ama is now 20. Aqua's farm has become large and prosperous. The king's men never found them, and the villagers lived in peace. One full moonlight, Aqua's children asked her to tell the story of their struggles and triumphs. As they sat around the fire, Aqua's eyes welled up with tears. But this time, they were tears of joy. We were once broken, she said, but the moonlight guided us to a brighter future. We found strength in each other and in the kindness of strangers. We were hard-pressed in every way, but not cramped beyond movement. We were perplexed, but not absolutely with no way out. We were knocked down, but not destroyed. And so, under the watchful moon, Aqua's family and the villagers celebrated their freedom, their hard work, and the power of community. Years passed, and Kofi and Amma grew into strong, intelligent, and compassionate young adults. They helped their mother Aqua manage a thriving farm, sharing their harvest with the community. One evening, as they sat around the fire, Babayo visited again. This time, he brought an old worn-out scroll. When I was a child, I used to speak as a child, to think as a child, to reason as a child, he said. But now I have become a man. I have done away with the threat of a child. Babayo unrolled the scroll, revealing a document signed by the king's own hand. He told the story of how the king's men had poisoned Aqua's husband. The poison slowly ate up Aqua's husband until he became lifeless. Kofi and Amma's eyes widened in shock and anger. Their father's death wasn't an illness, but a cold-blooded murder. Why didn't you tell us? Kofi asked, tears streaming down his face. Babayo replied, I fed you milk, not solid food, for you were not yet strong enough. Solid food belongs to mature people. Amma's face hardened. We must do something, mother. We can't let the king continue to hurt our people. Babayo nodded. Now is the time for action. The king's cruelty has spread far and wide. It's time for justice. Together, Aqua, Kofi, Amma, and Babayo formed a secret alliance with other villagers who had suffered under the king's rule. They gathered evidence, documented the king's atrocities, and planned a peaceful uprising. Babayo, Kofi, and some men from the distant village met with the king's men of the kingdom to plan the campaign. During their meeting, Babaolu, the oldest man in the community, started telling a story of how the rulership was stolen from the lineage of Aqua's husband, Aleke, saying, Owusu is not our king. He is not our real ruler. The kingdom belongs to Aleke's family. The king's men collected bribe from King Owusu's father and took the kingdom away from Aleke's father by killing him. Owusu also planned the murder of Aleke to maintain the rulership status. With this newfound truth revealed, the night of the full moon, the villagers both far and near marched to the king's palace, demanding justice and equality. Kofi and Amma stood at the forefront, their voices ringing out, Not my king! Resign and restore the rightful ruler. Fake king, step down. Give us our rightful ruler. Leave the throne. You are not our king. Vacate the throne. We will no longer be silent. We will no longer be oppressed. The king, realizing his power was waning, ordered his guards to attack. But the villagers stood firm, united in their quest for freedom. In the chaos, Kofi confronted the king holding the scroll aloft. You killed my father and countless others. Your reign of terror ends tonight. You are not the king. You must step down from the throne. King Owusu's eyes widened as his own guards turned against him, inspired by the villagers' bravery. Kofi ordered the king's warriors to strip off the king's crown, royal garment, the staff, and all the royal bracelets and pendants. The villagers, filled with the desire for justice, demanded the king's punishment. The elders gathered to decide his fate. Kofi suggested he should be sent to the evil forest to suffer and die. Babaolu suggested he should be tortured naked with 40 strokes of koboko cane. Babayo suggested he should experience the suffering he inflicted on others. Let him and his family be banished from the land. If you were the elders in the community, what would you have done to the cruel king Owusu? Please let us know in the comment section. The villagers forced the king to leave behind the palace and privileges. He was tortured naked with 40 wipes of koboko cane, banished from the land, and was allowed to experience the suffering he inflicted on others. If you think the king deserves what the villagers did, please hit the like and subscribe button below. Akwa's tears, once shed in sorrow, now flowed with pride. Her children had become courageous leaders, fighting for justice and equality. Under the same moonlight, the villagers celebrated their hard-won freedom. With the king gone, the villagers turned to Kofi, Akwa's son. His bravery, compassion, and wisdom has earned their trust. The elders crowned Kofi the new king, amidst cheers and celebration. Ama, his sister, stood by his side, a symbol of unity and strength. Kofi began his reign by repelling unjust laws and taxes, establishing a fair justice system, providing aid to the families affected by the previous king's cruelty, promoting education, healthcare, and trade. The kingdom flourished under Kofi's wise rulership. The land healed and the people rejoiced. Kofi's palace became a hub for community gatherings, cultural events, and intellectual decisions. Akwa, once a poor widow, now sat beside her son, proud of the leader he had become. Babayo remained a trusted advisor, guiding Kofi through challenges. Ama, Kofi's sister, launched initiatives to empower women through education and economic opportunities, support orphans and vulnerable children, promote art, music, and cultural heritage. The kingdom became a beacon of hope, attracting visitors from afar. King Kofi stood on his balcony, overlooking the thriving kingdom. He vowed to always prioritize his people's well-being, to never forget the struggles of his family and community. The moon, now a symbol of hope, shone bright overhead. The king's cruelty may have broken us, Kofi said, but our resilience and unity have made us stronger than ever. The villagers cheered, knowing they had a leader who truly cared. And so, the kingdom prospered under King Kofi's wise and compassionate rule. Please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to our channel.